So what was I saying? Right. For my VR game, my sponsor decided to lend us one HTC Vive and 7 Alienware computers.
Oh,
There are
nice.
4 of us. So, yeah, that'll be fun.
This
So-
game was not made for second joysticks.
Oh no, very few GameCube controllers are actually made for the second joystick.
No, I'm talking like I'm using the Wii U gamepad.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, you got the Virtual Console.
Yeah. Now, the reason why I'm using the Virtual Console, I almost went with the OG N64 version. The reason why I didn't was because, like, 2 nights ago, I actually tried it on the N64, and it worked perfectly, and then I realized that the controls are actually garbage on the N64.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how Nintendo had the best controller for a while, and then the Nintendo 64 came out.
Well, here's the thing about the Nintendo 64. It was awkward as hell, but for the time, it was but in like 1996, it was probably the best they could do.
No, it wasn't, because the PlayStation also came out almost the same time.
Well, the PlayStation, I think I think the DualShock came out in like 1998.
Yeah, near the end of the life cycle. Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah, so, and
Well, I meant the whole layout in general. The analog was actually pretty.
yeah,
nifty.
like the Encyclopedia Dramatica article for the N64. I like to call that controller the Trident, actually, because if you hold it upside down, it looks like Triton's trident.
Right.
And according to Encyclopedia Dramatica, it's meant for people with 3 hands. But here's the weird thing. My big mystery with the N64 is why the hell they included the D-pad. Because I can't think of any games. I can only think of 2 games that actually used the D-pad.
Yeah, agreed. My favorite N64 game was Jet Force Gemini.
Yeah?
And your left hand was always on the middle handle. Like, it was never on the left.
That's pretty much with almost every single game.
Yeah.
In fact, the 2 games... I actually do have the 2 games where you need the D-pad. And that is Kirby 64, where it's required for basic movement, and Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
Just a darn minute! I've seen you somewhere.
Yeah, and then, like, ever since the N64, Nintendo's just been like, let's just put out some shitty controller designs. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yep, I'll reply to that in a second. Until then, I have to do this racist voice.
Oh
Yep,
boy.
very similar. You look a lot like this fella Mario on Bowser's water poster. Now, Gav, what's your name? My name is Luigi. Well, Luigi ain't part. Yeah, you kinda do look like him. Well, I guess you're not Mario. I reckon you can pass. Yes, we are gonna fight this guy on the way back.
Oh boy, that's dumb, actually.
Actually, he is beatable. I have beaten him before. The thing is, I don't want to beat him when I'm at this state. I'd rather wait until I get the Super Hammer.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
Because even though he's a flying guy, the hammer throw makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah.
Oh, good show! It's a letter from my wife! Thank you ever so, old chap. This is just what I needed to give me the strength to go on. I know, I'll pass this along as a spot of thanks, harumph harumph. I came across it while I was immersed in the dig around here. Yay, we got a star piece.
I just carry this around, no big deal.
I just carry this rare piece of a celestial object.
Yeah.
No reason
I
why.
feel Yeah, I feel there's always those group of NPCs who have no idea what they're actually holding, and they give you like this incredibly valuable thing for dirt cheap.
Have you ever seen Super Mario Sunshine Versus?
Yeah, yeah, that was
Remember,
great.
in there, they say how, like, the bears have, like, 20 shine sprites.
Yeah,
That's like a fifth of the entire game.
yeah, it's pretty great. Man, I haven't watched Versus in a while. What
Uh,
games are they playing? I know they finished up Fire Red recently.
yeah, that was a... I haven't seen a lot of their recent stuff, but I will say that I really thought the Ocarina of Time stuff was hilarious.
Ocarina of Time, did they play that recently? Oh, they're playing Subspace Emissary.
Oh.
And the first Crash Bandicoot.
I don't think I'm ever gonna do, like, the first one on this show. That's, like, the only original Crash game I was never too big of.
Yeah. You know one game that made me really sad?
What?
Twinsanity. Because it had all the parts of a great Crash game, but when you hear about how much resistance they came across when they were trying to develop it, it's just so sad because the publisher screwed them over.
Oh, yeah. It had a pretty unique soundtrack, too. It was all acapella.
The soundtrack was the best in this series. I'm sorry. I grew up with Crash 2 and 3, and I loved the Twinsanity soundtrack compared to those two.
Yeah, for a while, I had the Twinsanity soundtrack on my iPod.
Yeah.
To find Mr. Mustafa, go to the shop in this town. First buy a dried shroom, then buy a dusty hammer. You must buy them in the correct order, yes? Remember, dried shroom first, then dusty hammer. If you buy these things in the correct order, the shopkeep will give you a BJ. But if you buy them in the incorrect order, you will have to give him a rim job.
Oh boy.
I wish you luck in finding Mr. Mustafa, nice guy.
Yeah, wasn't the entire Crash Twinsanity soundtrack all a cappella?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Hey, it's okay. It's very hard to look at video games and talk at the same time.
Okay, I'm programming right now, so you can shut the fuck up.
What ho! Buying a dusty hammer after a dried shroom? It is a secret sign that only friends of Mr. Mustafa know. That means you're with Mr. Mustafa! Please don't dare bomb my home. I have like 6 kids. Hey brother, good to meet you. Have any questions you need answered? You want a BJ? I'm sorry. My lips are all chapped. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Oh boy.
He's usually on the highest part of Dry Outpost. Just keep going up, my man.
I know you won't know the answer, but how dumb/smart would it be to just throw all the camera work to a different thread? Never mind. I won't do it.
Yeah, like, I'm not much of a programmer.
Yeah.
Like, the only programming I really do know is, like, HTML, but even there, it's like basic HTML.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, nice guy, we meet again. I'm glad you found me.
I'm Mustafa. I'm the one you've been seeking all this time. When I'm out and about in Dry Outpost, I use the name Sheik. I try to find the Jews who have stolen my gold. It's always good to meet a genuinely nice guy. I meet people all the time, but you are by far the nicest guy I've met so far. Your name is Mario, yes? You must be Italian. I heard that you want to go to Dry Ruins. I have a feeling you're on an important journey, so I will tell you the secret. Dry Ruins is a very important place. My ancestors have watched over it for many generations. I, however, have been sitting on my ass for the past 30 years. If I do not keep evil folk out of the ruins, who will? You! That was a trick question. You must promise me that you will tell no one this secret. This is, I'm gonna be honest, this is more entertaining for me than anything else.
Keep going. I'm listening.
I'll give you this. Don't ask me why I didn't use it myself. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I told you, there's a huge group of NPCs who have no idea what they're holding.
This pole stone is the key to finding Dry Ruins. The reason why I never used it is because I was afraid the Jews would take it from me.
Oh boy, we're getting racist up in here. Or is that racist?
Take you to the desert, yes, and don't let the Jews get you on the way out. The pole stone will flash above your head as you get close to the ruins. The closer you get from the ruins, the faster the pole stone will flash. Follow where it leads you. Find the place where the pole stone flashes the fastest and use it to open the way. And close the door on the Jews. I'm sorry, I needed to get one last one of those.